Hello, everyone. Welcome back again to my YouTube channel. Thank you for your likes, both positive and negative comments. They spur me on to make more videos. I appreciate everyone's contribution to the growth of my channel. So let's get to it. So this video is about making Nigeria great again. Um, the World Bank's prediction on Nigeria's economic growth for 2026 is 4.4%. While its forecast for sub-Saharan Africa is 4.3%. That is too low. It's very low for a country like Nigeria and for Africa with all the mineral resources we've got. It is important for Nigeria and other major African countries to achieve 8 to 10% economic growth on a consistent basis, on a yearly, roughly 10, 15 years basis, 8, 10%, 12%. Um, that should be Africa's target. I also want to use this video to explain the magnitude of Nigeria's economic problems to those of us, Nigerians, who expect miracles from President Tinubu. These Nigerians want immediate reduction in prices of food and petrol, but miracles don't happen. I would like to use Indonesia as a case study. Indonesia is ideal because it produces crude oil. It had similar GDP to Nigeria 25 years ago in the year 2000s, and it has a large uh, population as Nigeria, of which 80% are Muslims. So 25 years ago, Nigeria's GDP was approximately $170 billion. Indonesia's GDP, as at 25 years ago, was $190 billion. So by 2017, Indonesia's GDP had surpassed $1 trillion. So let us remember when President Tinubu said his aim is to make Nigeria a $1 trillion economy by 2030. So guys, please subscribe to my channel. Comment on my post. Let me see what you think regarding my videos and share my videos amongst your family and friends. So back to Indonesia. So Indonesia achieved a $1 trillion economy in 2017. That was like 8 years ago. So imagine two sisters getting married in 2017. One sister gave birth to 3 children between 2017 and 2026, while the second sister gave birth after 8 years of marriage. We understand what that is like in Africa, when people don't give birth quickly, and that is side talk about what's going on, you know. So in 2017, Indonesia achieved a $1 trillion economy, like I said, while Nigeria's GDP reduced from $700 billion to $400 billion. That's not good. So Indonesia's economy in 2025, just 2-3 weeks ago, so they have a GDP of $1.4 trillion. Indonesia, I'm talking about. So while Nigeria's GDP is struggling to achieve $300 billion. So we started together. As of today, Indonesia has over $1 trillion economy, while we are struggling to achieve $300 billion. And let's remember, Indonesia has 88% Muslim population, but they somehow, luckily, don't have the Boko Haram, ISWAP, and the IPOB problems we've got in Nigeria. So they're lucky about that. So let's say, for example, if President Tinubu decides to visit Indonesia for economic summit, some Nigerians will complain, just as they complain about President Tinubu's recent visit to United Arab Emirates. So in UAE, a few days back, President Tinubu signed deals which will eliminate tariff on 7,000 Nigerian products. So if you're amongst these Nigerians, that means you can export your products to UAE and you will not pay tariff. That's massive. But people don't understand that. They think President Tinubu is just going sightseeing, probably going to the beach in UAE. But the sad thing is, as long as all these deals doesn't include the reduction in price of gari or rice, some Nigerians will complain, and I don't get this. This thing takes time. You have to give the president time to get it done. So the president needs our support. So back to Nigeria and Indonesia. Nigeria only added $60 billion to its GDP in 25 years. Imagine $60 billion. That's all we added to our GDP in 25 years. Imagine someone born 25 years ago, and now, and probably sees a bleak future. While in that same period, Indonesia added $1.3 billion to its economy. That's huge. So the question I'd like to ask is, who were Nigeria's presidents or head of states in the last 25 years? If we complain or talk about them, they'll say, oh, because they're not from your tribe, but they've bastardized our economy. So to be successful, as in for Nigeria to be successful, Nigeria must not rely solely on crude oil. Investment has to come into the country on a consistent yearly basis. Remember, I said earlier that the GDP has to rate 8 to 10%, 12% on a yearly basis. That's the same for foreign direct investment. It's got to come in on a yearly basis every year consistently. So just like a Nigerian man, I'll use that as an example. A Nigerian person who has 2, 3, or 5 sources of income. He's got a business, he works, then he's got another business. So he's got 2, 3 sources of income, money coming in. That's what Nigeria needs. Financial inflow has to come into Nigeria from many sources. That is why President Tinubu is developing the mineral sector with the recent gold refinery in Lagos and lithium refinery in Nasarawa State. That has been completed. That should start this year. Anytime from now, it's been completed. And there's another lithium factory in Kaduna as well. So if you see President Tinubu flying to make business deals in UAE, India, Brazil, St. Kitts, let's support him. That's what we need to make Nigeria great again. So I also urge the president to consider making deals with African countries. That's very important. Africa needs to trade between African countries. Countries like South Africa, Egypt, Kenya, Morocco, Rwanda, Ghana, Uganda. We need to trade amongst ourselves. That's how Africa can progress. That's how Nigeria can progress. And that's how to make Nigeria great again. So let me know what you think in the comment section. I appreciate if you subscribe to my channel, share my videos amongst your family and friends, and then like it as well. Thank you very much, and have a lovely day.